Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Action Figure Captures, AFC. In today's video we have a really nice Spider-Man Venom figure by Diamond Select. I wanted to buy this figure just because of the fact that I happened to see it at one of my favorite shops to go to, Heroes World in Markham, Ontario, here in Canada. If you have the chance, go by and check out their shop. All kinds of great product available, and they bring in all the latest figures and collectibles, and they've got all kinds of role-playing games and comic books and everything you can need. So make sure to stop by their shop. Again, they don't endorse this video. This is just me wanting to let you guys know where these guys, where I tend to pick up my figures in case you're interested in finding them. Anyway, back to what we're dealing with here. I wasn't planning on buying this guy, and then I just happened to see him on the shelf and thought, wow, that looks amazing, and kept thinking to myself, anytime Hasbro does a figure in this scale with this sort of accessories and everything, they want like $60+ Canadian. This figure was $40 plus Canadian, so I don't really get Hasbro's pricing anymore. They've gotten far more expensive, and I'm not really sure exactly why. And so I was grateful to see this figure and to be able to pick him up. Oddly enough, it has better detailing, better sculpting, better paint apps than a lot of what I've bought from Hasbro as of late. You get the alternative heads, so you get the kind of grinning face that has that sort of McFarlane look to it. You get all the additional heads on the back of his shoulders there. You get the additional arms. You get the open mouth face with the tongue. And then you also get the changing head there with Eddie Brock's face in there as well. And then you get the tongue that extends from the mouth as well. That to me is an incredible figure, especially at $40. I mean, the standard Marvel releases by Hasbro now are between $40 to $50, and they come with very few accessories, if any at all. I recently bought the Japanese Toko release Spider-Man, or the version of the Japanese 70s live action Spider-Man figure, and that was $45 plus tax, and it came with two little webs, and that was it, really, and a web sling line, and that was it. Here you've got quite a few extra accessories. You've got webbing within as well in the left corner there. It's a little hard to see in the packaging. Interchangeable fists, 3 heads, the tongue, everything. So yeah, so just so much better. The packaging looks so much better. It's so much nicer looking than a lot of the Hasbro stuff. Here on the back you have the figures that they have available, and I think the inspiration, sorry about that falling over like that, but here you get a feel for what is actually in the box, and you get the write-up of the figure as well, and some of their other larger scale figures like the Barbarian, Hulk, and Rhino. And I just wanted to quickly do a little video review of this figure and speak on the articulation once I've opened him up, and show you what the figure actually looks like, and the sculpting and everything, and how much nicer it appears to be than the Marvel release. And again, $40 versus $60, plus taxes and everything. It's just a far better deal and a far nicer looking figure from everything I can see. So at this point we'll open him up and we'll see what the articulation is suggesting, and hopefully he's as articulated as he seems to be. And then I'll add some photographs and you can see what you think of the figure overall. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so here we are back with the figure out of the packaging, and I have to say he looks great. It may be a little hard to see in the video, guys, but he does have a bluish gray wash all over his body, so it actually looks like he's got some like nicely painted details on him. You can see the sculpt on the heads and everything, the actual clean paint apps. He does have 8 arms, which I thought was really cool. I didn't realize, I thought the extra accessories were webbing. They're actually an additional set of arms that go onto the forearm, so that you can look like he has 8 arms like a spider would. And you have the actual additional hands there plugged into the forearms. The only limitation is that it is single joints in the elbows and the knees. And the ankles aren't on a rocker. They will go up and down, but they won't go left to right to let you balance the figure's foot and flatten it out there, so you can see it's on a bit of an angle, but not a huge deal. The arms on the back there are actually on ball joints, as you can see, and they basically have a jointed elbow, so you can actually position them wherever you'd like. And the back of the figure looks incredibly well sculpted. It's very well done. Forgive me trying to balance him here as I'm shooting here, but you can see that you have, oh, there he goes. So yeah, he's a little top heavy, but he will balance if you take the time to balance him properly. But he is a little top heavy. My copy's a little loose at the waist, so I think that's probably what's causing the falling. But overall, he looks really nicely sculpted. And again, I think you can see a bit more of that bluish gray wash on the back of the figure. And then you can remove all those parts. So if you want those extra heads off his back, you just unplug them and take them out of his back. No holes, so they actually hook over the back, unlike Hasbro that would have kind of taken the lazy way out and actually just put a giant hole in the back of the figure, plug things in on. These just kind of slip over the shoulders and hold there. So that was really well done. And one thing I wanted to point out during through the packaging as well, oh, and actually, you know what, guys, look at that, check that out. The heads are actually articulated as well, which is really cool. They're not in a fixed position where I think Hasbro would have chinsed out and just done them in a locked position. One thing I do like, while the packaging is a bubble card and you can't kind of just throw the figure back in and seal them up again, they still at least had them tied on with actual twist ties, so you can actually put them back onto the card and tie them back down, unlike Hasbro where you're just cutting those like kind of plastic cords now that they tie them down with, so you can't put them back in there and make sure they're secure. Here you have actual twist ties that you can use to at least, you know, fasten them back onto the card and then put them back in his own packaging as well. So I thought that was really nice as well. These are all things you're not getting anymore with Hasbro, and you're paying so much more for the figures now, which I don't understand how they just keep bringing their quality down and giving you less and less. So I just popped his head off, but you can see you get some decent range out of the head. Looking down, it's only about that far actually, but looking up, you actually get some decent range out of his head. Again, the arms have a upper arm swivel or an upper bicep cut. He's got pretty good range for leaping poses and so forth. Oh, sorry, I just popped his head off again. So the head's a little limited, but you can see you can actually throw his arms open quite wide and you can actually have him leaping. Again, the knees aren't a double joint, so you can't really do much with the legs for that, but he will do a decent leaping pose, as you can see. So you can get in nice and, you know, looking like he's crazy leaping at Spider-Man. And I do like the fact that he actually does have an uppercut on the calf so that you can swivel him that way. I'll take these arms off. Now this is the only thing they did do. They did leave holes for those pegs on the arm, but you don't really notice them as much. But again, that I wish they had found a better way to do it, but I'm just still glad they didn't do it with all of the plug-in parts. So you do get those little holes in the forearms, but still much better than what I normally see with Hasbro personally. And I'm not trying to knock Hasbro, guys, I'm sorry, but I've been a little disappointed with how much you're paying now for Hasbro stuff as of late and what you're really getting for your money. This is a far better value in my opinion. And I do like that you have the interchangeable fists. You've got the Eddie Brock head, so I'll just pop that out of the packaging there so you can see the Eddie Brock head. And then you do get the open mouth Venom head. Forgive the noise, guys. Sorry, just trying to pop out of the packaging here. You do get the extra open mouth Venom head, as well as the tongue to place in the mouth as well. So you do get all those accessories with them as well, and the interchangeable fists. And taking the head off is as simple as just popping it off like it is with almost all figures nowadays. Popping the new head on. There you have your Eddie Brock changing face. So it actually looks pretty good. The sculpt on him is nice. They did a really nice job with him. It's actually a very good looking figure. And then of course we have the Venom head with the open mouth. So again, good for those leaping attack poses. And yeah, like just incredibly well sculpted, really nice details on the head. You have the green sort of slime coming into his mouth like you always do in the books. And then with the tongue, you're just going to plug the tongue into the mouth. I'm not sure exactly where. Oh, yeah. So just like that. Oh wow, nice and easy. I thought there might be a peg inside the mouth, but it doesn't actually need it. So there you have the tongue in the mouth, and just, yeah, it looks incredible, guys. Nice and goes together nice and easily. Again, my waist is a little loose here. I would have liked that to be a little bit tighter, but again, it's not going to really affect anything, especially in photos. And then you have your poses, and he'll actually do some really nice poses. And I'll take some shots of him with Spider-Man and everything, and try to do some attacks and everything like that. I'll take that. I love the giant open claw hands, and as I said, you do get 2 closed fist hands as well that are included. If you just want him standing there with a closed fist, you do have that option as well. Try and pop these out of the packaging again. Sorry guys for all the noise in the background. Should have done this off camera. But here are the closed fists. And they did paint them really well as well, because you can see they actually added the dots for when he shoots webbing. So they did a really nice job with all of that. To take the hands off, you're just gonna pull up the wrist as always, pop it off, put it on, and they go on nice and tight. So there we are. So there you have your fist and your open palm hand at the same time. Again, he's a little top heavy, so you got to watch how you balance him. And I think it's kind of just the fact that that waist is looser, so it's making him a little hard to balance. But he is top heavy though, so just a heads up on that one. And without that double jointed, without the ball jointed ankle, it makes it a little difficult to stand him up. But for the most part, he stands up pretty well. And yeah, I mean, that's basically all there is to him. Again, beautifully sculpted, lots of nice details. The veins are all well sculpted. The heads all 3 heads look incredible. And all the other accessories make him look really, really cool. And I love the way he's actually sculpted, especially with the wash and everything on the back of the character and everything. You can see that kind of blue-gray wash, I hope, in the video. And just, yeah, like amazing compared to what we're getting from Hasbro as of late. And I mean, I just bought the latest Apocalypse figure recently for over $60, and a few of the larger scale figures, and this is actually so much nicer looking and looks so much better. And I like the choice of accessories. They all make sense. Not that the ones that came with Apocalypse didn't, because of course you had his cannon arm and some interchangeable fists and an extra head, so very similar accessories and very similar weight figure. He's actually a fairly heavy figure. The only thing he doesn't have as well, by the way, is an upper waist cut. Actually, no, you know, forgive me, he does have an upper waist cut. It's just not that posable. So there is an upper chest cut, sorry. There is one there, but it doesn't do a whole lot. But yeah, just beautiful looking figure. So I'll take some photographs and I'll splice them into the video. If you ask my opinion, he's definitely worth picking up. He looks incredible. I love the idea of the additional heads. They all look great. I love that grinning face. It looks really menacing. The interchangeable head with the Eddie Brock face coming in there looks really, really nicely done. Definitely worth picking up, especially when he's only $40 plus taxes. It's such a good deal considering what you're getting nowadays with other companies. So yeah, I would say out of 10, I would give this guy, say, a 7.5, just because of the limitations in the articulation. But outside of that, he's a beautiful figure. He's really well sculpted, like I keep saying, and he looks incredible. I love that tongue just coming out of the mouth and everything, and just the details they sculpted into the face and everything. It's very McFarlane-esque, like he looked originally. And yeah, he looks incredible, guys. Make sure to pick this guy up if you get the chance. And again, he was available at Heroes World. I'm not sure if they have any copies left, but you can always, you know, check out their website or give them a call. And John and his team are great. Sorry about that. That just fell over again. So yeah, again, he is top heavy. So again, that's going to be a bit of an issue when taking photographs of him. But yeah, he is great. And he does have peg holes in his feet, so you can put him onto a stand if you want to display him. He doesn't come with a stand, but you can definitely put him on a stand because he's got peg holes in his feet. And that's it. I'll move into taking some photographs. I'll splice them into the video. I hope you like what you've seen, guys, and have a great day. Thanks for coming by the channel again and checking it out, and I'll have some more videos coming up. I just picked up a bunch of Bandai Japan SIC figures, which are absolutely amazing, and I'll do some videos and some photo reviews and edits of those as well. I think I picked up about 20 figures, and I'll be doing some reviews of those figures soon as well. And they range from everything from Kamen Rider Kabuto to, geez, he just doesn't like to stand, does he? Okay, let's just stand him up straight and see if that actually helps. There we go. Let's see if that's better. There we go. Yeah, he stands up well that way at least. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, Kamen Rider Kabuto, Gito, Dragon Knight or Ryuki. Quite a few different lines of figures. Deno is another one. And yeah, those figures are amazing. Lots of die-cast parts, lots of accessories, like an insane amount of accessories, guys. And those figures range about $100 American each, so they're a little pricier. But when you see the difference in quality, paint apps, details, articulation, accessories, it just makes it so much more worth it than buying a lot of the North American releases. And they look incredible. Like, they're so much better sculpted than all the rest of the figures I've seen. And I'm sorry to go into all of that right now when we're doing a review of this particular type of character, and it's a whole different genre. But as of late, toy collecting is getting more and more expensive. And so I think I saw a video by a friend of mine named Mega J Retro, and he was getting into the fact that I think people are leaning more into collecting Japanese or imported products because of the fact that the companies are doing so much more. And you're getting so much more for the money now with all the costs of the North American releases going up as much as they have, that you're almost better off buying the imported products. I mean, companies like Ram and Toy, who make third-party releases, and they're doing, you know, all these great lines, and their figures look incredible, and they have so many accessories, and, you know, you're supporting a smaller company just, you know, coming up as well. And they have such incredible looking figures, and, you know, for fair price points, and a lot of things people have been looking forward to. It just makes you want to kind of get those things over a lot of the North American stuff as of late, because you're getting more for the money nowadays. But anyway, sorry again for the rant. I hope you enjoyed the review of this figure, and I would go into more detail, but I mean, it is Venom, so it's basically just, you know, a Spider-Man figure. So very limited accessories, great looking accessories and everything, and they lend well to the figure's appearance and look, and will look great in photographs, but you don't get much with him. So that's about all you can really talk about. You do have some really nice accessories with him, and I do love the look of the figure. As I was saying, definitely worth picking him up. Check out Heroes World, see if they got them available. Hopefully they still have one or two in stock. If not, then I'm sure you can track him down online, you know, or through another retailer. E-Collectibles is another one that has some great products and could possibly have them in as well. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Thanks so much again for coming back. If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate all your support, and it will help me to keep doing videos like these and putting them up for you guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, guys. Take care. I want to thank TJ Habibi of Secret Suburbia for the incredible music you hear playing in the background in this video. He is an incredible artist, and they are a great band. You can check them out on iTunes. They have their albums up available on iTunes, and they are an incredible band with a great sound, and you will really enjoy their music. If you feel like checking them out, just look up Secret Suburbia on iTunes, and you can track down their music there as well. And they are on social media under TJ Habibi on Facebook and other social media sites. Okay, but thanks so much, guys. Make sure to support all the local artists and everything, and all your local musicians and everything. They are great, and you definitely got to show love for these really talented people. Thanks again.